Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. So I set off today just after 8 o'clock. I've just set off actually, and I'm already out my bike training. This is my favourite time of the day to ride. I love just getting up early and going training, and this is one of the things I miss in the winter, because during the winter it's cold in the mornings, it's dark, it's wet. It's just really hard to go out training early. So when summer comes around, I know we're not in summer yet, but when summer comes around, I really do like to make the most of it. The only thing you got to be careful of when you're riding early in the morning on a weekday is all the crazy cars trying to get to work. You slammed on the left hand side. You're in a van, I'm on a piece of carbon fibre. It's all on camera. It's all on camera. You do more than me? Okay. So apparently that guy does more cycling than I do. But it's amazing how calm people quickly become as soon as they see you've got a camera on. Like as soon as I shouted at him, he revved his engine, came flying up behind me. And as soon as I pulled out the camera, he was so calm. But that was probably the closest I've ever been to being knocked off my bike. Unfortunately, I didn't get it all on camera. But what happened was, I was riding behind that van, and at the last minute it saw a parking spot on the left hand side, and then slammed on, indicated and pulled in. That has genuinely shook me up. I'm not an angry person, but that wound me up. That wound me up. Especially if it's a cyclist as well, and going from like 30 miles an hour to slamming on and pulling into a parking spot. Like, there's no need. His excuse for cutting in on me was he only saw the parking space at the last second. And I'm not sure what I did and what I didn't get on camera, but he also said that I was trying to undertake him on the left hand side, which is a complete lie, because if you think here in the UK, we drive on the left hand side of the road, therefore I'm riding on the left hand side of the road. So if you can imagine, this van's about 10 feet ahead of me doing, I don't know, whatever speed he was doing, 20, 30 mile an hour, and then he suddenly sees a parking spot, slams on, swings to the left. The only place for me to go is to dive up on the left hand side and bunny up onto the curb, which is what I did. If I'd have tried to go right, I would have either hit the back of his van or gone straight across into oncoming traffic. And the best thing about it all was that guy said he was a cyclist, which there is no hope. What is that? A bear riding a donkey, I think. So yeah, if a cyclist is that careless to cyclists when driving, there's no hope, is there? Ride today, 4 hours, 76.4 miles, with some threshold intervals thrown in there, and I even started to get hot. So the last time we spoke was just as I was arriving home from my bike ride. From when I got home from that ride, I had 1 hour before I've got to be back home again. I've arranged a Skype call with someone, so before that I decided to very quickly nip to the bike shop to pick up some new cranks and also some new pedals. Unfortunately, they didn't have the cranks that I wanted in stock, so they've ordered them. But I did manage to pick up some new clipless pedals. I'll explain why I've bought new pedals when I get home. So like I said, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any more cranks for this mountain bike here. Do you remember during mountain biking the other day what happened? Anyway, I should have some new cranks next week, but I got some new Look Keo pedals. So the reason that I got some new pedals was because this one has broken. If you see, the side of this here is snapped off. I have no idea how this snapped off. I just noticed it a couple of days ago. And I noticed when I was doing sprint training, my left foot was like dropping down on the outside. And that is the reason why, because that little platform at the side has just snapped off. Look Keo Blade 2. I want to explain the reasoning behind these pedals as to why these are my favourite all-time pedals I've ever used. So previously I used to use the Look Keo, the standard Look Keos where they've got an Allen key bolt here. The more you screw that bolt in, the tighter the tension becomes, essentially making it harder to clip out. Whereas these pedals, these are set at 20 Newton meters. And this piece of carbon is what keeps them at 20 Newton meters. You can get 3 different preset tensions, so 12, 16, and the hardest, the strongest being 20. Now I used to have loads of problems with the standard look Keos. That little bolt that you tightened, that just used to snap all the time. And in one race season, I went through 3 pairs. So I decided to spend a little extra money and go for these carbon ones. And my old pair, I think they lasted about 16 months and the tension is still bang on 100%. It's just unfortunate that this little side bit snapped off. Shiny new pedals are on and looking awesome. Now there's only one place for the old ones. So unfortunately my Skype call was cancelled. That's just what happens sometimes, things get cancelled. So I've got a relatively free evening now, but I just want to give a shout out to Jamie Andrews. He's going through every single one of my rides on Strava and liking it. Dude, you're making my phone go crazy. I seriously need to have a haircut. But someone asked in the comments, when are you building up your TT bike? Here in the UK, the time trial season starts about mid-April. So I'll build the time trial frame up fairly shortly actually to start training on it, ready for the time trial season to start. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the vlog, but before I end it, apparently this week there was a picture of me, of yours truly, in Cycling Weekly. So if anyone buys Cycling Weekly, have a look through it, try and spot me. If you do, take a picture of it and send it me. Send it me on my Facebook page, on my Twitter page, on Snapchat, on Instagram. Email it to me. This weekend, Jorja's home from university, so I'm gonna head down south for the weekend to spend the weekend with her. But I'm thinking of incorporating into the vlog like a joint Q&A. I don't want to say a couple's Q&A because that just sounds there. So if you've got any questions for me, for Jorja, for the both of us, let me know in the comment section down below. If they're any good, I'll choose them and I'll answer your questions. But anyway, with that being said, that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow.